What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we are going to talk about Archangel. We're going to talk about everything that you need to know in order to use Archangel properly, and what's the potential of the Deathseed, not only in the raids. We already know that they are amazing, but we are going to take a look specifically at Alliance Wars, but we already saw Alliance Wars as well. So we are going to take only a look at if they can defeat Morgan Le Fay or not, and the Darkhold. And on top of that, we are going to talk about should you use them on defense, should you use them on offense, what they can provide to you, and a few mistakes that you can make based on their kits that unfortunately it doesn't work the way it's supposed to work. I don't know exactly if it's like that or not. Either way, we're going to talk about Archangel, and yikes, this guy is, while his kit is not like mind-blowing, he's still pretty good. So as always, if you like information on this video, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button. Okay, let's get started. First off, we're going to take a look at this guy in action versus Morgan Le Fay. We're going to do a few matches so you can see that he is a consistent counter against the Darkhold. And then we're going to talk about a few other things related with this, with Archangel and with this team in general. So let's get started. Okay, so let's get started. Let's talk about the Deathseed versus Darkhold. Is this something that is it possible? In the past, it seemed like it was possible, but we are going to have the final answer now. Because with a 3 yellow star Archangel, it was a little bit RNG dependent. So let's see now if we're going to be able to do it without that RNG. And we are going to do a few matches to see in different ways what you can do with this team, and if there is any variables that are dependent. Okay, so the most important thing is that blind on Morgan Le Fay, and for that you need a skirmisher isolate on Magneto. And then she's going to attack your team, and you are going to apply a bunch of negative effects to the enemies. And you can see that in this specific case, Morgan Le Fay does not have defense down. Usually if you have defense down on her, you can do tons of damage. So I'm going to give offense up for everyone, and I'm going to attack them as much as possible. So let's see if our damage output is going to be good enough to go through that barrier, the defense up, the deflects, and everything else. Okay, so here we go. We're going to apply some bliss to her. Now I'm going to use the ultimate of Nemesis. So she's very low already. And now we can do the special or the ultimate with Psylocke. It doesn't matter because she's on stealth, and unfortunately it doesn't go through stealth. And where is Morgan Le Fay? Oh, what the hell? What happened? So yeah, Morgan Le Fay, she's already dead. And like I said, this was without applying defense down to Morgan Le Fay. Let's see what Archangel can do now to this Strange Supreme. Not the biggest Strange Supreme ever. Maybe you should go after Scarlet Witch instead, but either way, let's see what happens. Oof, yikes, so he almost got one-shotted. Are we gonna be able to one-shot him? I don't know, man. Oh, yikes, he's dead. He's dead. And every time someone dies, the enemies get turn rewinded. So this is literally massive. The amount of damage that we can do to the enemies with this character is pretty crazy. So even that the kit of Archangel is not like mind-blowing like Morgan Le Fay's kit or like Rogue's kit, is still pretty impressive, the amount of damage that you can do to the enemies, because look at that, like it's just about the damage, it's all about the damage. Okay, so in this specific case we used the special of Archangel first. Now maybe you're gonna play this on auto and you want to use the ultimate instead. Is that gonna be a good way against the Darkhold? Once again, this is not the biggest Darkhold ever. Morgan Le Fay and Wong, they are 6 yellow, and the teal gear, the other one's not so much, but it's still a good representation of what they can do. I've fighted the bigger Morgan Le Fays, but on my alliance, most of them they are together with Dormammu, so it's not a good representation. but it still works fine. Okay, let's see. We have the blind once again. The blind with the isolate blue level 4 and with the skirmisher isolate is pretty consistent. And now we have the defense down on Morgan Le Fay. Yikes, you can see just because of that defense down, she got completely destroyed already. And now we can use the ultimate on Morgan Le Fay and one shot her. Game over. It's just like that. And yeah, of course, this is a big Archangel, but with 5 yellow stars, 5 red stars, 5 yellow stars, 4 red stars, you should get similar results. Okay, now we are going to ability block Wong, because we were able to kill someone before Wong had a turn, so now we can ability block him and stopping him from taunting. And we have to remember that every time Archangel kills someone, he's also giving energy to the team. So let's apply the slow. You could also apply the speed up, one of them, it doesn't really matter. And now we're gonna focus on Agatha. We have to remember that Agatha, she's actually the biggest problem on this team, because she's the one that puts stealth and all those things on the enemies. Okay, so you can see the damage from Archangel is absolutely ridiculous. And the special from Dark Beast, you should never use him. You should never use it in PvP situations, unless you are trying to finish off Agatha, maybe. But it's the ability that revives characters, and if it's a dangerous situation, you definitely want to save that revive for when you need it. Unless you are like 100% sure that you're going to finish off the enemies. Okay, so you can see the damage is just ridiculous, and there we go. So Archangel, man, the damage is pretty ridiculous, and I can't wait to get this guy at 5 red stars, 6 red stars, 7 red stars, because that's when he's going to blow everyone away with the damage output, because it's going to be just so ridiculous. And it's not only, we're going to take a look at his kit, why it's so important. Let's talk about which teams you can counter with the Deathseed. So symbiotes, web warriors, astonishing X-Men, marauders. Underworld, it depends on the position of the characters. If you have the right position, then you are going to lose. If the enemies have the right position, then you are going to lose with the Deathseed. But if they have the wrong position, then you are going to win. It's very, very important. Bionic Avengers, no chance. Unlimited X-Men, no chance. Hero Asgardians, no chance. Young Avengers, maybe they have a chance, because now you have so much damage that it's actually dangerous for you. Now, teams that Deathseed cannot deal with is teams like this one, the Hero Asgardian, Hero, what's the name of this team? The Heroes for Hire. Yeah, the Heroes for Hire, they have no chance. They revive way too many times, and their damage output is quite scary. So yeah, characters like any team with Dormammu, it's not easy. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna apply blind to them. You can see that the blinds got resisted already because they have such a high level of resistance, and because the Deathseed spawns with so many buffs, you are going to get destroyed. Also because they don't have any trauma, you are going to get destroyed. Also because they have so many revives and they clear all the negative effects away. When they revive, you're going to get destroyed. So unfortunately, it's just something that you cannot deal with based on the mechanics of the team. So you can see that Dark Beast is already destroyed. I'm going to give offense up for everyone. This is the first character to have a turn after Archangel. Now you're going to go with the Nemesis. The damage output is there, but all those charges, all those revives, they are just going to cause you way too many problems. Psylocke is gone, and there we go. So any team with Dormammu or any team with Heroes for Hire, any kind of combination of Heroes for Hire, you're not gonna have any chance. Against Gamma, you're also not gonna have any chance. I'm not sure if a hybrid between Deathseed and Dormammu are gonna make a difference against Gamma, but there are just better options out there in the wild. You can always check out my channel, we have a few options there. Okay, so that's in terms of what they can provide to you in Alliance Wars, also in Cosmic Crucible. And while this team is very strong at the beginning because of the blind on Magneto, you kind of don't want to use this team on defense. And the reason why it's because you can easily manipulate their negative effects. If you have any team like Infinity Watch with Phyla-Vell or Young Avengers with Squirrel Girl, then you can heal up the negative effects away, and because they are slightly faster than the Deathseed, then that's going to be fine. Now there is a misconception that the Deathseed loses against Bionic Avengers. It's not the case. Deathseed, they will completely destroy you. Archangel especially is going to completely destroy you before you are able to do anything with your Bionic Avengers. So yes, Infinity Watch works, yes, Young Avengers works, other things do not work. Deathseed supposedly can also counter the Wakanda. I'm not sure of this, but I have heard several people telling me this, and this is because you can blind them before they get immunity. They get immunity when they get a defense up from Shuri, and therefore Magneto goes first, applies blind to everyone, and when they get the immunity, they are already blinded. So it's something that we'll see in the future if it will be the case or not. Now, so as you are understanding, this team is not going to be good on defense. Other reasons why this team is not going to be good on defense: the special of the ultimate of Beast, which applies ability block for 2 turns for only 1 target. That's it. It only applies ability block for 1 target. If you get ability block on defense on the wrong character, you are not going anywhere with this team. Then we also have the kit of Archangel, because all of abilities start with full energy, is always going to do the ultimate first. The ultimate is single target damage, and if you attack the wrong character, you are not going to go anywhere. Then other situations, we also have the Psylocke ultimate, also single target damage. Also, you are not sure if you have negative effects or not. Also, the turning wind, you don't know the target which you are going to affect. So another reason why this team should not be used on defense. And beyond that, the sustainability and the mechanics of the team, they are also not good to be on defense. For example, the special of Nemesis might be important to do on turn 1. You can do the special or the ultimate turn 1, and depending on what happens with the enemies attacking, which counterattacks activate and whatnot, then you might find more useful to use the special rather than use the ultimate. The special also gives speed up and spreads buffs around, so it really depends. This is definitely not the team that you want to have on defense, and that's a good thing because they completely destroy on offense. Now, can they counter the Unlimited on defense? I have no idea. They can counter Unlimited in Alliance Wars. I don't think they will be able to counter Unlimited on Cosmic Crucible because the 500% resistance is a big deal. Are they able to counter Tangled Web on defense in Cosmic Crucible? I have no idea. Maybe there is a possibility there, but they don't have a lot of unavoidable attacks, and while they can remove the charges from Spider Weaver with all their counters, I'm not sure if it's gonna be good enough. If I find information on this, I'll make another video about it, and these are things that you need to know in order to use the Deathseed properly. Now, there is another factor that is the ultimate of Archangel, and I don't know if it's one of those situations where the text of the ultimate does not correspond to the interactions, because for example here it says transfer all positive effects excluding thought and regeneration from the primary target to self and flip 3 positive effects. This is very convoluted. This is very weird. So it's going to transfer all positive effects. Now if the character has evade, it's not gonna work. That's already a point. If the character have evade, the entire ability stops working. That's the first point. Then it also has the situation that so the enemies have regeneration and taunt, and those effects, they are going to be flipped. If the ability gets resisted and you are not able to copy and remove like death proof or defense down or anything like that, then you can flip those negative effects. Then if the enemy has safeguard then the ability works in a wonky way. Sometimes it applies negative effects, other time it doesn't. Like, this ability is completely messed up. They didn't test this ability properly, and there are so many scenarios where this ability does not work properly. And once again, if the enemy has evade, which you should be transfer all positive effects transfer, so the transfer ability works after the damage of the attack. So attack primary target, it will only transfer the positive effects if you already did damage to the enemy. It's so dumb, it's really convoluted exactly how this ability works. The description of the ability is in the wrong order, and therefore if the enemies have evaded, you are gonna fail this attack. So yeah, pay attention to these details, because depending on the match, these can cause you problems. And beyond that, just remember that Archangel is very strong against any kind of summoners. Underworld on Cosmic Crucible, they get completely destroyed. Ultron on defense, if you have Ultron on defense, like Archangel is going to destroy him. Hela on defense, any kind of summoner on defense, Archangel is going to take huge advantage of that. First off, because on kill is going to give energy to the team, then he's also going to turn rewind the enemies by 10%, and also attack the most injured enemy by 200% piercing. This ability does so much damage when your Archangel is big, it's actually pretty much ridiculous. The same effects, the same thing that makes Nakia good, this guy is going to do it a lot better. It's not relying on charges, it's relying on killing the enemies, and I'm telling you, these 200% piercing, they really hurt, and this is why I can't wait to get Archangel at 7 yellow stars, 7 red stars, because he's just going to be a force of nature. Then we also have Deathseed on crit of self or other Deathseed allies. It's going to heal up by 3% of this character's max health, and this is going to heal your team by quite a lot. This is going to trigger the evades from Psylocke, is going to trigger a passive multiple times, and therefore, like, Striker is the best option. Don't worry about the Raider. This healing, it's significant, but it's not like mind blown away. You are going to get a lot more healing from the Nemesis abilities. This is just an extra. This is just an extra. What you can do about this is that if you are in a situation where you have to decide between using the basic of Archangel or his ultimate, and you need to heal up your characters, then you should prioritize the basic over the ultimate, because it's going to allow you to heal up your team and once again activate those passive abilities from Psylocke and from other characters as well. And the same goes for Dark Beast. If you need to heal up your team, then you are better off using the Dark Beast basic and activate the passive of Archangel rather than do the special. The special is only for very specific situations, when you want to use mind control of your characters to attack a specific target to finish it off, or to revive a character, but you need to make sure that you don't need to revive the characters. So yeah guys, that's the Deathseed. This team is really unbelievable, the type of damage output they have. One last thing is the position of the characters. Very important, the position of the characters. You always want to make sure that Dark Beast is protected, because he can revive one of your characters. Archangel, you can put him somewhere in the middle, because he can clear negative effects away from himself, so it's not a big deal. So I would say the characters you want to protect are Nemesis and Dark Beast. And therefore, with that said, I'm going to change my recommendation of the position of this team for something slightly different. So you're going to put Archangel there in the back, and you're going to put Dark Beast like this. And the character that you really want to die as often as possible is going to be Psylocke, because every time she revives, she's going to give evades and counters to your team. And I think for most cases, especially on PvP situations, this is going to be the best team. And once again, make sure you use this team on offense, because on defense they are easily exploited and they are not going to provide you a lot of benefits. They might provide you some benefits on the first few weeks, but after that they are just not that great. So yeah guys, that's going to be the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. Let me know how many yellow stars did you got on your Archangel after the Death Scourge ended. And If you found this video helpful, make sure to share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you are new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I will catch you guys later.